Okay, we're going to go back to 1.6 notes page, and we're going to finish up the notes, which is on, it's actually listed as day 2, but it's actually like, I don't know, day 3 or 4 with some of the other things we put in here and substituted in here. So here, we're going to be doing absolute value inequalities. So we're still doing inequalities. Um, and if you have greater than or equal to, greater, that means it's going to be an or, absolute value inequality. And less than or equal to is going to be an and. Okay, so greater, greater, greater than or equal to. Okay, if we write that out, that is an or. Greater. Okay, and this is not a Laffy Taffy. This is a hint. Greater, greater is an or inequality. Okay, so you're going to split it into 2 parts, just like we do with absolute value equations. Greater is an or, and less than is an and. And they almost sound alike as well. So we got less than or equal to, less than. Okay, if I'm writing a song or a poem, less than is pretty close to sounding like and. Okay, sometimes, when you're writing music or poetry, you're trying to make things rhyme. Greater is an or, less than an and is an and. Okay, they sound close enough. So just like before, when we have an absolute value equation, you're going to end up with 2 inequalities. So let's go back. Let's look at this. So in this case, great absolute value of x is less than 4. So that means x is less than 4, or x is greater. Oh, sorry. Less than. Sorry, less is. I did that wrong. That is let me start over, brain fog. Less than. We just went over talking about all that. And I had a brain fog moment. X is less than 4. Less than is an and. X is less than 4. And X is greater than negative 4. Okay, so your second inequality, you're going to flip the sign, but you're also going to flip the sign of the original absolute value, or the original inequality symbol. So we had less than, so then we're going to make it greater than for our second equation. So we're flipping not only the other side of the equation, but also the inequality. Okay, so if we go back and we look at this, x is, let's see, here's 0 in the middle. X is less than 4, so there's 4, and greater than negative 4. So we've had lots of practice on this at this point. Hopefully we realize at this point that's an open circle on both ends, and now we are shading in between. Okay, absolute value of x is greater or equal to 7. So again, you're going to rewrite your first one exactly as is, just taking out the absolute value. X is greater or equal to 7, or X is less than or equal to negative 7. Again, what are we doing with our equation? with our equation, my original equation, we're keeping the same. Okay, we're keeping that inequality symbol the same. The second equation, notice we are flipping the sign as well as the opposite side of the equation. Okay, and again, hopefully at this point we realize that, okay, there's 0, x is greater than equal to 7, or less than or equal to -7. So that's going to include a closed endpoint, the -7 less than, we're shading to the left, the +7 greater than or equal to, we're shading to the right. Okay. All right, so what if you got other things there? No different. You're going to have two equations. Greater 2x minus 2 greater than 4. Second equation, greater or 2x minus 2, flip the sign of the inequality symbol, flip the sign of the number. Okay, so we got 2x minus 2 is greater than 4, or 2x minus 2 is less than -4. You're going to solve your equations, or your inequality equations. Add 2 to both sides. 2x greater than 6, divide by 2. X is greater than 3. Our second equation, second inequality equation, we're going to add 2, 2x is less than -2, divide by 2, divide by 2, x is less than -1. And again, that's an or. So let's see, let's plot a few points here. There's -1. There's 0. There's 3 out here somewhere. That did not have an equal to, so it's going to be an open circle, shaded to the left for less than -1, greater than 3, open circle, shaded to the right. Okay, same thing with our other one, with example 2b. 2x plus 1 is less than or equal to 11. And 2x plus 1 is greater than or equal to, flip the sign of the number, -11. Solve the inequality. We're going to subtract 1. 2x is less than or equal to 10. Divide by 2 on both sides. X is less than or equal to 5. Subtract 1 on the other one. Again, the steps are the same. We're just going to get different numbers. 2x is greater than or equal to a -12. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. X is greater or equal to -6. So let's see, we got -6 out here. We got 0 maybe about there. We got 5 here. And that included an equal to, which means we're going to have closed circle, shaded in between.